Hi, my name is Trish. Welcome to my channel, and I hope you're doing well today. I can't wait to do this practice outside today. I can't believe it's this weather here in November. If you're here for the first time, then welcome. If you're returning, then great to have you back. Don't forget to like this video if you're checking it out, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and also share. So today's practice is going to be all about flushing out the negative. There's obviously so much going on right now. With so many of us around the world, the effects of COVID are really taking its toll on so many of us in many different ways. So this practice is just simply an offering for you to notice maybe the thoughts that might come in from time to time, and just take an opportunity to go to your mat to flush out some of those thoughts and create some balance. So we're going to start at the top of our mats today. So take your feet about hip width apart, and feel that little bit of lengthening down through the tail, just maintaining that natural curve of the spine. Let your arms fall, just relax at your sides. Just take a moment to breathe. You're welcome to close your eyes if it feels comfortable. And then take another breath in as you lift and lengthen the arms up. On your exhale, bring your palms together, slowly lower them down in towards your heart. Continuing to feel that firming down, rooting down through the feet. And just taking time and just taking a pause. Take another breath in, reach the arms all the way up. And then exhale, folding all the way forward. Let your hands fall. Allow yourself to bend your knees enough to just rest fully, or allow your belly to rest fully on your thighs, and allow the crown of the head to drift downward. We're just drawing in or leading into that energy or that idea of just kind of letting go and surrendering here. You can allow the palms even to look up, just whatever happens naturally with the hands. Take another inhale, bring your hands to your shins, looking halfway forward, lengthen your spine. Exhale and fold. Take your hands down to your mat. Bend your knees enough to allow your hands to fully come down as you step back into a plank position. Let's firm through the feet as well. Imagine pointing your heels back away from the direction of your fingertips, so you're kind of pushing the mat slightly forward. Drop your knees down, continue to feel that firming through your body, and then keeping your elbows nice and close to your body as you exhale, lower to your belly. Let the tops of your feet rest on your mat. Inhale, baby cobra, pressing up. Tuck your toes, pushing back into downward facing dog. Take a moment to pedal out through your feet. And just allow yourself to fully come into the experience of each movement, each transition, each breath. Allow your heels to rest down towards your mat. And then once again, softening both knees, take a look up between your hands, and then just go for a little walk. Come up to your hands. Take a breath in, looking halfway forward, either hands to shins or fingertips on your mat. Exhale to fold. This time, grab hold of the elbows, maybe even taking a little sway side to side. And then just continue to allow that sense of drifting down. So the crown of the head leads down or is anchored down towards the floor, or whatever's underneath you. Slowly taking it to a place of stillness back in the center. Release the hands down, take an inhale, lifting all the way up. Feel the energy downward with your feet, but feel that uplifting, that rising energy through the hands, that energy of possibility. Bring your hands to heart center. Take another breath in, reaching all the way up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway look forward. Breath out, take it all the way down. Stepping all the way back to plank. Let's just push into downward facing dog. Slowly drift your body forward, coming into plank position. And then lower the knees once again. Untuck your toes. Push back just to pass through a child's pose. And then inhale, coming back into a tabletop position. Let's take a few rounds of cat-cow. So take your wrists to sit directly underneath the shoulders, knees under hips. Take a breath in, lifting the tail, lift your gaze. On your breath out, rounding through the spine. Take a breath in. Continue to find that flow and ease of breath with your movement. And let's just take one more round. We're finishing off with a nice flat back. And then taking the hips back to sit towards the heels. If you want to sit in a cross-legged position, feel free to sit in a cross-legged position. Take the arms all the way up, inhale. Exhale, and bring it into your heart. Again, just taking a slight pause. Maybe just a noticing of the sensations in your body, or noticing what's coming up in your mind. And then take your hands forward. We're coming back into a tabletop. So if you need to uncross the legs, come back to pass through this tabletop position. Tuck your toes. Lift your knees and hips high. Again, if you need to, just find whatever position feels right for you. If you need to step your feet back a little bit or bring the hands more forward, just find your downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Lift your right leg up. On your exhale, step your right foot forward. Let's drop that left knee down. Bring both arms up. Take a breath in. Now slowly lower your left hand down. Bring your left hand to the inside of your left ankle. Reach your right arm back. Now instead of leaning more to the side like I am here, let's see if we can drift the hips more forward so you're looking up to the sky. See if that allows you to feel a sense of drawing the shoulder blades in a little closer together. A little bit of extra firming down through both feet. And then exhale, let's bring the arms forward. Framing the foot, coming back into downward facing dog. Lifting that left leg up to inhale. Breath out, step it forward. Gently placing that right knee down. See, I'm keeping the toes tucked behind me for that extra support. Drift the arms up, inhale. Now on your breath out, take that right hand back. Take it to the inside of your right ankle. Again, I'm only sideways for the setup, and then slowly breathing into a more upright position, or showing the shoulders, showing the frontal hips more upward and forward. Take a breath. And then slowly come back. Taking the hands down, downward facing dog. Lifting that right leg up to inhale. On your breath out, step your right foot forward again. Let's come up into crescent lunge. Breathe in. See if you can bend a little bit deeper through that right knee. And also feel that pushing down a little bit more, deeper connection of that right heel into the floor. Push back through that left heel. And then we're slowly lowering that left arm down, coming to the inner thigh, that left leg, reaching back. And again, a little bit more forward, so we're sneaking that same position, looking more upright. This time as we come forward, spin your back heel down, we're coming to warrior two. If you need to adjust the feet, adjust your feet. Taking a little deeper bend through that right knee. Maybe softening here, enjoying a breath. Soften the shoulders, extend through the fingers. Maybe take a little peek down the right fingertips. Take a breath in as you reach back into reverse. Beautiful. Exhale. Let's spin the arms forward, coming back into downward facing dog. Downward facing dog, if you want to skip it. If you feel like you want to take a vinyasa here, come back into your plank position. If you want to go from the knees first, curl or turn the eyes of the elbows forward. Exhale, lower down to the belly. Baby cobra. Tucking your toes, downward facing dog. Take another inhale, lifting that left leg up. Breath out as you step forward. Firming into crescent. Inhale. Once again, we're lowering that right hand down. Take it to the inside of that right thigh. We're just coming back to lean in a little bit sideways, but then turn your body forward. Coming up a little bit more here. Continue to firm down through your feet. Beautiful. On your exhale, spin the arms back out as we come into warrior two. I almost forgot our warrior two. So bend your left knee, take the arms out. Feel a slight lengthening down through the tail as well. Breathing into reverse, inhale. Exhale, spin your arms down. Maybe a vinyasa or downward facing dog. If you're ready for the toes, shift slightly forward, firm down through those hands, smile through the collarbone. Exhale, bending here, pressing up on the breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's add a little bit more. Lift your right leg up. Exhale to crescent. Breathe it in. Beautiful. Take that left hand down, sneak it to the side, and then rotate the body more forward. Breath out into warrior two. Beautiful. Take an inhale, reverse. And then exhale, lengthen that front leg. Turn the right toes forward. Now the feet become a little more parallel, or maybe the big toes look a little bit closer towards one another. Just gently place your hands down. Let the head fall. Maybe even the forearms come down so you can feel again that sense of just releasing, letting go. If you want to come a little higher, take a little swing here. You can even bend the knees a little bit. Why don't we do that? Let's do that. Again, that gesture of just kind of washing things away. You can go a little slower. You can go a little deeper, side to side with those bends. And eventually slowing that movement down into the center. Placing the hands down, feeling a little bit more firm. And then turning the right toes forward again, bend deeply through that right knee. Let's come up into extend. Take that left arm up and over. Beautiful. Drop that left hand down, lower that left knee down, and then reach your right hand back. Drop your hips a little bit. Allow for that deeper bend, and then draw. If you can reach and grab that left foot, then do so. We're still spinning the torso, so feel your left side ribs. Move more towards your right thigh. And we're still drawing the shoulders away from the ears. Beautiful. Release that leg, and let's come into lizard. So take that right hand. Now both hands on the inside. So they're on the inside of your foot. and come down to whatever feels good. So if you want to keep that height up here, if you want to keep up on the hands, stay on the hands. If it feels good to come down to the forearms, you can do that. See if you can continue to lead with that opening or broadening of the collarbone. So you're slightly looking forward, keeping length in the spine. And then slowly walk your hands back. Tuck your back toes, push into downward facing dog or a plank if you want to take a vinyasa here. Maybe I feel for that vinyasa. Take 2 breaths. And then inhale, lifting that left leg up. Exhale, step it through. Crescent inhale. Be sure to firm through the belly, creating that extra support. Lower the right hand down to the inner thigh. Reach back sideways. Rotate more forward. You can see how it can fall apart if we lose a little bit here. So that firming down through the feet, that lengthening through the crown of the head is important too here. Spin the back heel down, come into warrior 2. Again, that peek down the left fingers if you want to take that. Inhale to reverse. Any option, you can take that arm to wrap around behind you. You can do a little half bind into the thigh or let it rest on the right thigh. Lengthen that front leg. We're turning the left toes again more forward. So this time, let's come straight into it. Let's turn the heels in. See, sometimes we plan for things and then something else feels a little bit better. So that's how I like to approach my practice sometimes. So take your toes to turn out, heels come in, that bend, and then just feel a slight hinge of the hips back as you lower down. Maybe you take a deeper fold first, and then inhale, lift up a little bit more, and then allow for that space to sway. And be free here, do what you wish. So if you feel like you want to go, a little bit more bigger with your movement, or you want to stay small, or it's better for you to stay still. Tap into your instinct. It's however you know you can best release and flush out those negative thoughts. Eventually slowing down here. Firming back up, so lengthening through the hands. Turn your left toes forward, bend your left knee deeply. We're coming into that extend. Drop and lower the hips. Again, feel that rotation of the left rib cage forward. And then exhale, taking the hands down, drop your right knee down, reach your left arm back. Grab hold if you can grab holds. We're deepening the sensation of the hips. Something distracting, which I shouldn't let happen, right? But that's what happens sometimes in our practice. Get a little distracted. Lower down through the hips. And then release that right leg. Taking the hands inside, setting up that lizard. So if you need to shuffle your left foot a little bit more outward, then it's okay to do that. And then just feel the toes turn a little bit out to the side. Staying high on the hands, that lengthening, shoulders drifting away from the ears. You can come down to the forearms. Again, looking slightly forward. And feel that sense of release. That breath out allows the hips to unclench. Taking 2 big breaths. Walk your hands back. Tuck your toes. You can come back into downward facing. Take a vinyasa if you wish. I think my hips are begging for a little downward facing, maybe a little opening of the hip here. So you can open that right leg, bend the knee. Allow for that rotation in the torso. Left side if it suits you. Just trying to even out, create some balance again. Take a few moments here. Slowly lower, dropping both knees down. If you need some extra support under the knees and you have a blanket, feel free to take that. I'm going to tuck through my toes and take a breath in, reaching both arms up. On your exhale, take your hands to lace behind you and see if you can draw the heels of the hands towards one another or together. Feel the shoulder blades draw in. Feel the lengthening down or the zipping up of your tight jeans through the lower belly. You can take a gaze up if it feels good. Continue to breathe through that open space in the heart. And then take an inhale, release the hands. Inhale the arms, maybe untuck the toes, sweep the arms back, dropping the forehead down. You can drift the arms up or they can rest, whatever serves you. And then take another inhale, sweeping the hips back forward, arms come up, tucking through the toes again. You can either take the option of lacing the fingers behind you, or you can come in for a little camel. So taking the hands to the insides, drawing the shoulder blades together. Feel that lengthening and support of the lower back. Drifting the head back if it feels good. And then slowly coming up with a breath. If you want to take another round, take another round. Untuck the toes, sweeping back. I'm going to rest here, my palms looking up, forehead resting gently down. And then take your time, sweeping your hands forward. We're coming up to a modified side plank. So I'm going to tuck through the toes again, sway my left toes out to the side, and then lengthen my right leg. My right foot is fully planted on the mat. Inhale, lift your right arm up and over. Take an exhale. As you come back into that tabletop position, we're just switching to the other side. Right toes now drift out to the side, left foot fully planted. Inhale. Exhale, bring it back. Let's do one more time on each side. Maybe two more times. Let's see if we can get into the flow of that movement, that stretch, that sway. Again, that sense of rhythm to just flush things out. One more time on each side. Beautiful. Come into downward facing dog. Lifting that right leg up to inhale. On your exhale, come through to pigeon. Take that right knee behind the right wrist. See if you can slide that left leg a little further back. You feel the toes actually slide further down your mat, creating that distance and that angle of the right shin. Take the right hand, pardon me, take your hands to come back a little bit. Just take a little walk. You can even take a little peek back to make sure that leg is just in a nice straight line. The toes are lined up with the heel. And if it feels good, come forward. Coming down to the forearms. Again, you can either lengthen through the spine, again, keeping that gaze looking forward, or if you feel like you need to just drop the head and just let go in that way. See if you can let go, not feel that sense of resisting. I often find that sometimes I have a tendency to resist first and like I want to pull away from the mat. But see if you can allow yourself to just soften the tissues and soften down. Be heavy into the mat. And then take your time walking your hands back. Tuck your back toes, push into downward facing dog. If you want to take that hip opener, feel free. And then we're going to the left side. So inhale, and then coming through into pigeon on the left side. Okay, feel that extra sliding. I think I'm sliding off my mat here, so I'm going to move up, slide back. Again, just take a little check of that leg behind me, fingertips to support me at the sides as I lift and lengthen. And then take a breath out. If you want to come more forward, maybe pausing in that space with the length. And then drifting down if you choose, if that helps to allow you to soften. If that helps to allow you to come a little bit more inside of your thoughts. Just observing. We're going to take 2 more breaths. And then take your time walking your hands back. Let's just bring that leg forward. If you feel like you need to go into that downward facing dog again and that hip opening, then go for it. But if not, you can just swing that leg around. I'm going to keep my left leg down, take my right foot to bring it across and over. See if you can feel like you're still letting that right side sitting bone root down. If it's difficult to take that right leg across, then bring it on the inside. But find what feels good. I actually feel like I need the inside this morning. So right hand comes back. Take an inhale, lift your left arm up, and then take a breath out. Any way you want to come around. You can take that left hand to grab, or you can hook that left elbow. I still feel like I need to just use my hand today. Allow the shoulders to rest downwards. And notice your face. I mean, I guess I'm kind of cringing my face a little bit because of the sun. But even just those little tendencies that we have, we can take an opportunity to notice. We can soften. And then slowly begin to unwind. Maybe just take cross legs for a second. Take an inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, bring it into your heart. We're going for the other side. So taking that right leg down. Again, find what feels good. I can feel the difference already on this side. I feel a little bit more open and able to twist with my foot over top. But I'm still just going to keep it on the inside, just to do the same thing I did on the other side. So left hand down, I already feel that lengthening up through the spine. And inhale, lift that right arm up, take a turn, take that twist. There's even more sun on this side. Just notice that softening that you have the ability to control. We all do. We all have that ability to notice what's happening if we just take a little time. And sometimes it's easier said than done. But as always, it's just our practice. The more we practice these brain muscles of the mindfulness, the noticing, the more we create more positive experiences, more positive thoughts, we have the ability to turn them around. So unwind. I'm going to cross up my legs. I'm going to finish off with a seated meditation or seated breath today, but feel free to rest on your back if you want to lay down on your back. And I'm just coming into easy pose. If you want to sit cross legs, but lengthen up. I'm going to actually even turn my palms. I have a tendency to always kind of just rest my hands down, but today I'm going to actively remind myself to turn my palms up in a little message to myself to remember to just offer some vulnerability. Sometimes flushing out the negative means that we need to offer a little bit more of ourselves, show up a little bit more for ourselves. A constant reminder of what doesn't serve us. Just begin to ease in. Find that softness through your breath. Find that ease of tension. And what's one positive affirmation you might be able to say to yourself before you close off your practice today? What's something kind you can wish for yourself or for someone else? If your eyes are closed, you can slowly just allow them to open. If you want to stay in your Shavasana and stay there with your eyes closed, you're welcome to. If you want to slowly make your way up to a seat, then do so. And bring your hands to your heart. And I just hope that this offering today just allowed you to find a little bit of time for yourself and a little bit of time to, again, be that observer, a little time to reflect, and just to find those moments of those little pieces of gratitude, those little things that we can be grateful for, helping us to feel that sense of hope, especially in this difficult time. So no matter how small it is, I just encourage you to find those little things. If you want to write them down, write them down. If you want to say them quietly to yourself, say them to yourself. But just always keep that reminder that we have the tools, we have the ability to flush out whatever's unwanted. And we have the ability to invite in more happiness. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.